welcome back to Crochet at my house. So I have been really busy this week and I've got a lot of different things done. So I'm going to start off with some finished objects. One I did show last week. I was working on these. Now these are flap mittens, so as you can see there is a flap here, and in this section is the main part and there's a thumb. They're not mine, so they don't fit me perfectly, but I could roughly show you on my hand what they look like. So that's this bit. Now, on the person that they were made for, they do actually hit up here, but for me they're down here because I have longer hands. So that's what they're looking like, and I bend my fingers, you can kind of tell it goes on like that, and then we have a glove that covers their whole hand. There's where the gap is, like that. And then they just pull it back and sit like that. So that's those gloves, entirely finished. That's one Christmas gift off my list. And of course, as always, I will put photos and things of everything at the end. And I do apologise if I don't say most of the pattern names today. I can't honestly remember what half of them are called, and some of them are new stuff, so they're not, I haven't been working on them for long, so their names aren't in there. Now the next thing I did on Saturday, I did a live on Saturday. I don't know how many of you have watched it, but I did do a live, and while doing that live I made this. Now this will get a picture as well. It is a purple flower with a green background, and if I remember correctly it was called the night flower square, and it was from a Simply Crochet magazine issue 100. I will try my best to remember all this. And then I have some things that I've been working on and some new stuff, but that was just what I've finished. So the first thing that I've been working on is this. Now this is the Call the Midwife baby blanket, or also known as the block shawl. So I've been working on it. I've got another colour added and it's almost finished its section. So I am running out of yarn. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing this and this up there, and then I'm going to be moving on to adding some sort of border, and of course I will start weaving in some of my ends, because I haven't wove in most of my ends during this project. But yes, it is looking really nice. I love the colours. The size is a little odd. It's kind of a thin-ish rectangle, but it doesn't really matter since it is just for the sofa. So it's just going to be sitting on the back of the sofa. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference, the size of it. If I was making it and say putting it on a bed or something, I would need to make it longer, but it's not, so it doesn't matter too much. The next thing I've been working on is actually really starting to come together. It's the advent calendar. I have all the stuff in here. So I'll just bring some of that out. I do apologise about the crinkling. I didn't prepare everything beforehand. So the first thing is I have gotten back to the background, which I haven't done anything on for a while. Firstly, back here at the top, I finished weaving in a few ends. Not many, just a couple on this section. And then what I have been doing is I've been adding pockets. So you may notice they are all kind of random colours, and that is because I'm using the colours that are being used for the advent calendar. So all these different things are in it somewhere, whether they're part of one of the people, background, whatever. That's where the different colours come from. So that's what I've got. I have done half of the pockets. I'm hoping to get the other half of the pockets done during this week sometime. So it'll be finished pretty soon. The next part is of course in here. This is all the small pieces. And mostly they're still just kind of parts, but I have made some parts for them. And I've actually finished one of the people. So here's the finished person I have. So this is the shepherd. He's got his beard, he's got his head covering, he's got his little crook over here, and I gave him a belt as well. So that's the shepherd. And I'll probably just take a picture of him separately. And then I've been making a bunch of the small pieces. So here's one of the wise men's head coverings. This one's purple. I have this one, also a wise man's covering. This one's green. And the last one is white. So that's their head coverings. I also have Mary and Joseph's head coverings. So that's Joseph's one. This one's Mary's. Now you may notice they are different sizes, specifically with this one. Mary's one is longer. And I've also been making a couple of beards. So that's what these weird little rectangle things are. These are the beards. They have a little gap for the mouth. But yes, that's all the beards I've got. And that's all the pieces I've been making for those this week. I'm hoping to complete a few more of the people, like the shepherd as well. Oh, and with these eyes, I did do them differently than, say, the donkey. I was making them smaller, so I used some embroidery floss instead of yarn. Just because using the yarn, I did try it out and they looked a little bit big. So that's what I did. I think they look okay on this one, because they're little sleuth eyes. But yes, I am using a smaller thing for the eyes on the rest of the people, just so they look a little bit less silly. That's how the advent calendar's going. I'm glad it's getting put together and that it will be pretty well finished, well before the time that it gets used for, which is Christmas. Now the rest of my stuff I've been doing are new projects. Oh, and I have an update on what my aunt's been doing. So that's in one of my old bags. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. So here's the update on the cardigan she's making. I will put some of these lines to the back, just so that you can see better the project. There you go. So that is how it's looking. And the whole colour section for that bit is finished, and she started going up above it. I really like it. I love the colours, and the pattern's pretty cute. So that's how that's going. So I've been working on some new stuff that I've just recently started. The first thing is these black circles. Now I know they don't look like much, but what they're going to be is the phases of the moon. So I actually need to make 7 of these. I have 3 finished and a 4th one that I've started. And basically they're going to be kind of like that up there, a sort of bannerish thing. And it's kind of a wall hanging, really. And you use white on top of the black to do the different phases. So obviously like the full moon being middle and then increments out on both sides. Now I thought that might be a fun thing to make, and I'm making it as a Christmas gift for somebody, and I just thought they might like it, so that's why I started making it. Now the other thing I started is this. This is a necktie. I can't remember where it's from, but I'll try and remember and link it underneath. I have changed the pattern a little. It was only supposed to be 10 stitches wide. I've made it 14 stitches wide just to make it a bit wider because I'm using DK, and from what I remember the pattern was done with worsted, which is a bit heavier, so theirs would have worked out slightly wider than mine would. So I've just added 2 rows of increase, and that seems to be plenty to make it a decent size. And it's in a cute mustard colour, and I'm using cotton because I thought that would be the most durable thing to use. And that's also going to be a Christmas gift. Also, lives. I was wondering if anybody thought a different day would be good. I was thinking maybe Friday instead of Saturday might be a good idea. And is the time that I usually do good? It's usually 3:30 UK time here, 3:30 PM. So I just thought maybe it might be a good idea to see who's interested in lives as well and get an idea of a better time. Because I've noticed on Saturdays there's not usually very many people there. I don't know if it's just because I don't make lives very often or what, but I thought I might change day, and Friday seemed like a good day to change to. So I'm going to try and do that, and hopefully it'll be a better day and time for people. Now the last thing I have to talk about today is on my live on Saturday I was talking about something that I've been designing, a pattern, and it seemed like some people might like the idea of doing a crochet along with it. So if you would like to join in and do a crochet along, do comment down below and say that you'd like to do a crochet along so that I can see who wants to do it. It's not going to start right now, it's going to be starting soon-ish. What I need to do is just set everything up. I'm going to start hopefully a Facebook page thing so that people can show how theirs is going. I'm also going to be obviously putting the pattern out there for people to use, which if you don't know, it's a graph kind of design that I came up with. I think I showed it briefly a while back, possibly, I'm not sure, but it's a game board, and I'm doing it with a C2C pattern. So even if you don't know what C2C is or how to do it, I am going to add in the pattern a brief little information bit of how the pattern works, so that even if you're new or you haven't done C2C, you'll be able to join in. And I could make a brief video as well of how to do C2C if anybody would like that. And I thought today I would show the colours I'm using in case you want to use the same colours as me. If you don't, obviously you'll have to pick your own colours, but these are the colours I'm using. So first up, This is the main colour. It's sort of a charcoaly grey colour, because I thought it would be nice, and it's not as stark as black, so I thought it'd be a nice colour. So this is just a sort of charcoaly grey, and the weight I'm using is going to be DK with a 4.5 hook. Now if you are using a different weight yarn, you'll just have to tweak it a little. You should still be able, if you're using worsted weight, to use a 4.5. It just might turn out a little bit larger. Then I also have like space colours. So these two are going to be where your counters go around, which is white and yellow. And then I have the 4 colours for the 4 sections of the game, which are not showing up well. I will take a picture to show a better representation of the colours I'm using. But basically we have a bright pink, a sort of petrol sort of blue, a really rich purple, which I would say is more close to maybe a royal purple kind of colour. It's got a little bit more of the reddish tones in it, but still it's purple. And then the last colour is green, which is a rather bright green. So that's the colours I'm going to be using. Now I'm not exactly sure yet how the pattern's going to be released, but I will update on that in following weeks as I get everything put together to start doing that. But yes, remember, if you want to join in with Crochet Along, comment down below that that's what you want to do, so that I can kind of see how many are interested while I'm setting it all up. And I think that's about everything for today, so remember and like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications every time I put up a video.